Stream Elements bot running emoji robot face.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Bulldogs and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 60 mark. Oh, you got D?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On third down, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll try the left side. Swift. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a second and 13.
90, Wolf. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Second and 13. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Let's go. Rock it.
On first down, Swift. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now. Open man is Galladay, complete. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They run the counter. Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Robert Woods, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
out. And now they have that
opportunity.
opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back. They like to run that play there and try and run over people.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 36-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Set, hut, stick it to Pittsburgh. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make them cry.
Jackson down. On third down, escaping the pressure right. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Ingram. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
It's a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a give, right side. Swift, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And the return will stop right around the 25. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
1st down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To try again after the sack. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
And won't he say nothing to me?
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flushed out right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. To throw is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
60 mark, 60 mark, 60 mark. Hey, I'm coming.
Jackson on 1st down. This one complete to Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They're going to look to throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Robert Woods with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which you also have to guard again.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Down. 10-2 soft. Oh, here we go. Oh. Fire.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Hey, Sam off.
First and 10 at the 47.
Switch. Get it.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Mike the 59. Guys, it's game situation.
Snap.
Out of the gun now on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
Ready, break.
Mike 59. I got him.
Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Break.
Check. No. You ain't doing nothing today.
2.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Subscribers watch them go away after I make a video.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Jackson now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And some room to work. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And a fantastic return all the way down to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. Maybe I go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready. 70, Indy.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Wolfe just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Wolfe picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Marr able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Swift. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On second down, Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, he will push his way down to about the 14. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
80 weapon. Hey, orbit.
They'll drop to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They're all through now in that game in Tampa. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. A win would be their second on the young season. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 46. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Who that? Who that?
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Londoners, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon.